Welcome, focus learners, to this explainer. So, you're dealing with a stolen US passport. Your heart is probably racing, and you're wondering, how on earth am I ever going to get home? Well, take a deep breath. Today, we're going to take that panic and turn it into a clear, actionable plan using the exact step-by-step roadmap right from the State Department.
Okay, let's dive into this. The very first thing we need to figure out is a really crucial distinction. Is your passport misplaced or was it actually stolen? Before you pull the trigger on the official reporting process, you've got to reasonably determine that someone actually took it rather than you just, leaving it on the kitchen counter. If you just misplaced it, you can still report it as lost. But the State Department is super strict that the specific reporting process is exclusively for valid, unexpired passports. So definitely don't use this system to report an old expired one. But if your current valid passport has genuinely been stolen, it is absolutely time to act.
Here's our roadmap for today. Number 1, confirm and report. Number 2, the point of no return. Number 3, getting your replacement. And finally, number 4, when stolen abroad. Let's start with step 1, confirm and report. You actually have 3 different avenues to report your valid passport as stolen. The first option, and really the one we highly recommend, is reporting it online through the State Department's portal. Why? Because it's literally the fastest method out there. When you report it online, they generally cancel the passport within one single business day and shoot you a confirmation email. Now, your second option is by mail using Form DS-64. But honestly, beware, because mailing takes way longer. We're talking potentially several weeks. The third option is doing it in person while you're actively applying for a replacement using Form DS-11. But for the vast majority of us who just want to lock down our identity as quickly as possible, the online route is absolutely the clear winner. Once you've notified the State Department, you might be thinking, well, what about the police? The official source material clarifies that filing a police report is not actually mandatory for reporting a stolen U.S. passport to the government. However, it is highly, highly recommended. Documenting exactly what happened with local law enforcement creates an official paper trail, and that can be an absolute lifesaver later on if you end up dealing with identity theft or if you need to file a claim with your travel insurance. If you do go ahead and file that police report, just make sure you grab a physical copy to keep, since you might be asked to hand it over during your replacement application. Moving on to Section 2, the point of no return. And this brilliantly illustrates a distinction that trips up a ton of anxious travelers. Listen to this carefully. Reporting the theft and applying for a replacement are 2 totally separate administrative actions. Reporting the theft really only does one thing. It cancels your old passport to protect you. It definitely does not automatically trigger the creation of a new one. To actually get a brand new passport in your hands, you have to go through a completely separate replacement application process. The State Department is incredibly specific about this. Simply reporting a passport lost or stolen does not magically replace it. Let's move to and see how this builds into a complete chronological chain of events. This is the full administrative cycle, and we want to leave zero room for confusion here. Step 1, you report the passport stolen. Step 2, the State Department cancels the old one. Step 3, you actively apply for a replacement. And step 4, you finally receive your new passport. You literally cannot skip any of these links in the chain, and you have to tackle them in this exact order to get your international travel privileges back. Now, I need to give you a pretty urgent warning. Imagine the absolute irony of reporting your passport stolen only to find it wedged deep between your couch cushions like 3 days later. You'd probably think, awesome, crisis averted. But unfortunately, the State Department doesn't really care about your couch cushions. Once you report it, that document is permanently dead. Even if you recover it, if you try to hand that thing over at a border crossing or an airport, you're going to be stopped and it absolutely will not work. A canceled passport is canceled forever. Let's look at Section 3, getting your replacement. All right, so to get that replacement, you generally need to apply in person at a passport acceptance facility. Let's chunk out this potentially overwhelming packing list you'll need for that visit. First up, you're going to need Form DS-11, which is just the standard application for a new passport. You've got to include details about exactly where and when the old one was stolen. Then you'll need hard evidence of your U.S. citizenship, a valid photo ID, plus a photocopy of that exact same ID, a fresh passport photo, your police report if you actually filed one, and of course, the applicable processing fees. I know, it sounds like a hefty list, but gathering these specific documents meticulously is absolutely the key to a smooth replacement process. But what if you don't have weeks to just wait around? What if you've got a non-refundable flight looming right around the corner? Well, the State Department addresses this panic directly. If you have urgent international travel, you might actually be able to score an appointment directly at a regional passport agency or center. The magic number to remember here is 14 calendar days. If you are within 14 days of your international departure, you qualify for this urgent route. Just keep in mind, when you show up to that appointment, you must bring hard evidence of your upcoming travel. Think along the lines of a printed flight itinerary right alongside all those DS-11 application documents we just talked about.
Finally, Section 4. When stolen abroad.
Now, if your passport vanishes while you're in a foreign country, here is your specialized overseas step-by-step guide. First, just like if you were back home, report it stolen immediately using the online system so it gets canceled within 1 business day. Second, file a local police report to officially document the theft. Third, you've got to contact the nearest U.S. embassy or consulate. And fourth, and this is a really crucial difference from some domestic renewals, you absolutely must appear in person at that embassy or consulate to apply for your replacement. You cannot just do this entirely by mail while sitting in your foreign hotel room.
When you finally head over to the embassy, you're going to want to bring this specific checklist of items: a passport photo, whatever ID you happen to have left, your birth certificate or some proof of citizenship, a copy of the stolen passport, which is great if you were smart enough to email one to yourself before the trip, the police report, your travel itinerary, the DS-11 form, and the fee. Now, you might be looking at this list and completely panicking because, hey, the thief took your entire wallet with all your IDs inside. Take a breath. The State Department offers a really reassuring caveat right here. Even if you do not have every single document on this list, the consular staff can actually work with you based on your specific circumstances to establish your identity and citizenship.
So the crucial point is, what happens if your flight home is literally tomorrow morning and there is just no time to print a standard passport? Well, this is exactly where the emergency passport comes into play. It's a vital lifeline issued directly by an embassy or consulate for stranded travelers who have urgent travel needs. Now, it does look a little different than a standard passport, and it comes with a major condition. The State Department notes that an emergency passport is only valid for up to 1 year. It's really just meant to get you home or to your next immediate destination safely. After that, you'll need to exchange it for a full validity replacement once the dust settles.
We've definitely covered a lot of ground today in this explainer, from the 1-day online cancellation to the 14-day urgent travel rule, all the way to getting emergency passports issued abroad, which leaves us with this final thought. If your passport vanished tomorrow, are you truly prepared to rebuild your identity? Do you have digital backups of your documents sitting somewhere safe? Because understanding this administrative process isn't just about dealing with bureaucracy. It really is the ultimate form of travel insurance. So before you book that next international flight, do you actually know where the nearest U.S. embassy is? It might just be time to find out.